Hey everyone, welcome to Game Gear TV. I'm Doug. In this video, I'm going to be reviewing the new SteelSeries Arctis 9X Direct Connect wireless headset for Xbox One. Now, if you're anything like me, you've been looking forward to this headset from SteelSeries for a while now. And I think a lot of us have wanted an Xbox-specific Arctis headset for some time. Now, personally, I was hoping for a Arctis Pro with a game DAC that was Xbox-specific, but this is fine too. I'm perfectly happy with wireless headset. Now, at first glance, you would think that this is pretty much just an Arctis 7, and as far as specifications are concerned, you'd be right. It's got the same 28 hertz to 20 kilohertz frequency response range that the Arctis 7 has, and then obviously it's wireless. And generally speaking, there's not a lot of difference between the Arctis headsets as far as performance is concerned. Now, the Arctis 7 comes in at about $150, give or take, and can be found cheaper on sales, whereas the Arctis 9X comes in at $200. So SteelSeries is asking a lot for this headset up front, but we'll dive into a little bit deeper to see if that price is warranted. Let's go over the design of the headset. SteelSeries uses the ski strap goggle suspension system in all of their Arctis headsets, and the 9X is no different. With the 9X, they went with a green and black color scheme on the strap for the Xbox. Below the strap, we have a metal headband, which seems to be of pretty good quality. And then on the bottom side of the headband is a little rubber pad for a little extra protection for your head, I guess. Moving down to the ear cup and hinge area, this is made of plastic, but plastic on all of the Arctis headsets that I've used seem to have pretty good quality, and this is no exception. The matte black plastic does leave oil and fingerprints though, so that's something to keep in mind, not a huge deal. As on all of the other Arctis headsets, they use the earweave cushions. And with the 2019 refresh of the Arctis line, all of the Arctis headsets, the 3, the 5, and the 7, so on, were all supposed to have the thicker ear cushions that would come on like the Arctis Pro. And I have my Arctis Pro right here. I'll try to get a comparison up there. And I think I can get it to work right for me here. I think that the Arctis Pro's ear cushion is still just a little bit thicker than what's on the 9X. And I do notice on the occasion that the very edge of my earlobe will touch the inside of the driver housing on the 9X. It's nothing too bad. It's not really uncomfortable or anything, but just something I've noticed. Like all other Arctis headsets, SteelSeries employs their retractable ClearCast microphone system with this, and it has good flexibility and nice range of placement, so you can get it just where you need. And as on all of the other Arctis headsets, we have the little red light mute indicator, which can be kind of handy. So, like I said, pretty much on paper, this looks like an Arctis 7, but when it comes to the design of the controls, it's actually quite a bit different than an Arctis 7. For instance, the Arctis 7 leaves all of the volume control, your master volume, and your microphone mute on the left ear cup. That's pretty standard for SteelSeries. On the 9X, on the left ear cup, all that is there is the game chat balance dial. And it works really well. It has a little bump at the halfway point to let you know where you're at. And then if you move over to the right ear cup, this is where we have our master volume, the microphone mute button. And then moving down a little further, we have the power button and a Bluetooth button for pairing your Bluetooth. They still use a micro USB charging port, and then there's a 3.5 millimeter port that they use for SteelSeries' sharing feature. The idea is that someone else can plug into your headset with their own and listen to what you're listening to. It's 2019, folks. It's time to get on the USB-C bandwagon, but whatever, that's a minor gripe. Now, one big difference I would like to point out between the 9X and the other Arctis headsets is this little port that you can see here on the Arctis Pro. Now, this is the port for SteelSeries' proprietary cable system, which allows like this Arctis Pro to connect to the game DAC or the Arctis 5's chat dial and so on. Now, given the game DAC and the chat dial are not fully Xbox compatible. The chat dial is not at all. But I'm a multi-platform user, so I also play on my PC, and it would be nice to have the option to hook the 9X up to my game DAC or my chat dial when I'm playing on PC. And every other Arctis headset out there has that port, so I think it was kind of a poor customer service move on SteelSeries' part to remove that. Just because this is an Xbox specific headset doesn't mean it shouldn't have the option to be compatible with more devices. So a little bit of a rant there, but that is what it is. One other thing I do want to note on the design point is the ear plates are not removable like they would be on an Arctis Pro. Again, not a huge deal, just something to keep in mind. So moving on to comfort, as I said, the 9X uses the ski strap suspension system, which has a little bit of adjustment space, not a ton. So if you have a huge head, you may have difficulty getting a great fit with this. It fits pretty good for me though, and I would say I have an average size head. Moving on to the ear weave cushions. They're comfortable. They're not the most comfortable ear cushions on the market. I'm a huge fan of Lucid Sound's ear cushions on the LS35X, but the earwave cushions are great. I have no issues wearing this headset for a very long time and not having any issues with discomfort or pressure points on top of my head or around my ears. It is a very comfortable headset, so no complaints there. Another nice feature that the 9X has over a lot of Xbox headsets is it does have different EQ profiles that you can switch between. The 4 included presets are flat, bass boost, smiley, and focus. And focus is a little bit different for a SteelSeries product. The lows and the high trebles are all flat, and then the upper mid-range is heavily boosted to try to bring out more of those subtle sounds with reloads and footsteps and so on. Let's talk about the sound performance. The 9X has a very good sound quality and does not disappoint. The default flat EQ profile is clean and well balanced, and to cycle through the EQ profiles, you simply tap the power button and there will be a series of beeps to let you know which one you're on. I played around with all of the built-in sound profiles, and I personally liked flat the best. I tested the 9X out across several games and it performed well across the board. SteelSeries opted to not include DTS:X Headphone 2.0 on the 9X, which is disappointing considering it's on every other Arctis headset minus the 3, but surround performance with both Windows Sonic and Dolby Atmos is great. I've not had any issues with directionality in any game I've played, from troops running through the woods and helicopters flying overhead in Ghost Recon Wildlands, or listening for other squads coming up on me in Apex Legends. I've not ever been in doubt as to the direction the sound is coming from. The 9X also gets decently loud, more so I would say than the Arctis Pro with the game DAC, but there is not as much bass in the 9X as there is with the Arctis Pro. Alright, now for a microphone test. The 9X's microphone transmits clearly, and I have not had any complaints about its quality or people not being able to hear me. As you can probably hear though, it is a little bit nasally, but this isn't anything too major. It will occasionally pick up breathing or other ambient background noise, but this is rare, and I have found that this is usually due to the placement, which is easily alleviated by the retractable design of the microphone. Overall, I am very pleased with this microphone, and it's one of the better ones that I've used on the Xbox. All right, let's talk about some of the additional features that the 9X has over some of the other competition. It does have Bluetooth, so if you're the type that wants to use your gaming headset to take phone calls or mix music in with your gameplay, you can do that. I'm not one of those people, so Bluetooth is whatever for me, but more power to you if you want it. One feature that helps the 9X to really shine is that SteelSeries included the use of SteelSeries Engine on PC with it. This allows you to adjust the EQs assigned to the 4 different EQ profiles, adjust your microphone transmit volume and side tone, and you can also change whether Bluetooth is on by default. This isn't the most robust support out there for an Arctis headset from SteelSeries, but it is still a big bonus and it works really well. One thing I think is really worth noting about the 9X compared to the other Direct Connect headsets that I've tested is every other Direct Connect wireless headset that I've tested since it came out, when it first released, they all had issues with dropping from the console. They would disconnect for 2 to 5 seconds at a time and then reconnect. And it was really annoying. And the Turtle Beaches were really bad about this when they first came out. And the LS35X even had this issue. And all of those have been patched. None of those have any more disconnect issues that I've experienced. But the SteelSeries Arctis 9X, I haven't had a single disconnect. It's worked flawlessly out of the box. I haven't had any audio distortion or any other complaint that I would have on those fronts that I had with any of those other headsets. So that's really a testament to what SteelSeries did with this. They really refined the product before they released it. As far as range is concerned, it's still not the best. I would say the Razer Thresher has the best range of the direct connect wirelesses that I've tested. I can basically get from the couch in my living room to the refrigerator in my kitchen and back just fine. But if I was to go any further than that in my house, the 9X will drop from a range perspective. So not great if you're wanting to be able to walk all over your house away from your Xbox and still hear your game or whatever. If you are like me and you want to be able to use this headset with your PC, then you're going to need the Microsoft Windows 10 wireless adapter for Xbox One peripherals. This is $25 and it allows you to use any controller or headset that utilizes Microsoft's Xbox wireless protocol to talk to your PC. It's plug and play. There's a sync button on top and it works really well. On PC, this has worked just as well for me as it has on my Xbox. The sound quality is top notch, and I haven't had any issues with people complaining about being able to hear me with the microphone or anything like that. So overall, the Arctis 9X on Xbox One is a fantastic headset. It has flawless wireless performance over the Direct Connect protocol. It's very comfortable over long periods of time. The audio performance and sound quality is excellent, and I've had excellent results with both Windows Sonic and Dolby Atmos. And the microphone is one of the best out there that you can get with an Xbox headset. So I'm very, very pleased with this whole package. It's a great system. My issue with it is the price. This is performance-wise, this is essentially an Arctis 7 headset, and it costs $50 more than an Arctis 7 at MSRP. And you can get an Arctis 7 for, $30 less than that on sale. So they're asking a lot for this headset. And sure, they've included Bluetooth, but for me, Bluetooth is a non-issue. I don't need Bluetooth. I don't care to have Bluetooth. If it's there, cool, but I don't want to pay extra for it. And I'm very confident that I'm paying extra for Bluetooth with the 9X. And at $200, it's only $50 less than an Arctis Pro with the Game DAC at its MSRP, and those are regularly on sale for $200 or less. Sure, they don't work with the Xbox, but the point is you have an Arctis 7 performing headset at an Arctis Pro price. So I think that's a bit of an issue with SteelSeries, and they cut out certain features with this that you'd get on any other Arctis headset. They cut out DTSX version 2.0. They cut out the little proprietary port to hook this up to a game DAC or a chat dial. So I take issue with those cuts that SteelSeries made to this headset and then the asking price they're having for it. If this headset came in at $150, I would recommend this to every Xbox owner out there. It is phenomenal. Get it. At $200, I think this is a bit of a tough sell. It's an excellent performing headset, and it's always nice to have more options for Xbox users, but I think SteelSeries is sticking it to us just a little bit on the price, and that's disappointing. I have no issues recommending it on its merits. If you're willing to pay the price for it, you do get some nice extras like the adjustable EQ profiles and full SteelSeries engine support. And at some point, we'll see some sales on this, and it'll be a much better value then. But there you have it. It's a great headset. It's a little overpriced. I still recommend it based on performance alone. That wraps up this video. If you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. I'd love to hear from you in the comments about this headset or anything else you'd like to see on the channel, or suggestions, conversation, whatever. I'd love to hear from you. If you're not a subscriber, please consider doing so. And if you are a subscriber, I do appreciate your support. And if you know anyone that's looking for a new headset or in need of headset recommendations, give this a share on whatever social media platform you choose. That really helps out the channel. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.